Anyway, hello and welcome to the tabletop. No, wrong one. Hello and welcome to the War Games and Friends. Now today we got a slightly different style of content, and we're going to be covering the Star Wars roadmap. Now, I'm your host, stranger, but just call me person. I don't really care. And we have our other host, Unlimited.
Hello there.
Yeah. Finally, you have a name to go for each of the voices. Anyway, let's start. First of all, Geonosians. This is the Separatist. You go on about it.
Yeah, so you can see we have three different Geonosians. We have Sunfac, Poggle the Lesser, and Geonosian Warriors. And if you could change slide. So you can see Sunfac has jump through, which makes sense because Geonosians are the bug-flying insects that first appeared in Episode 2 of Star Wars. Sunfac has cover 1, and a new thing, I believe it's new, called Death from Above, which means if this mini is attacking at a higher point than the defender, you ignore the defender's cover. He can direct Geonosian
with that
Warriors.
jump through, that's going to be very good.
Hmm?
With that jump 3, movement will be a massive thing with these units.
Oh, yeah.
Only speed 2 though, but that moving 3 upwards is for free is always nice.
You could run that snail tank to just remove the movement strategy out of it.
Yeah, I mean you could.
So he has direct Geonosian
Anyway, go on.
Retinue, Poggle the Lesser, and Scale weighed down, and I'm not sure what the last two of them do.
From my understanding, scale weighed down. That's if he's on an objective, he loses jump 3. So that's just my understanding of that. And as to Retinue, Poggle the Lesser, it just means if he probably has to either be deployed next to Poggle or he gets some kind of benefit when he's near Poggle.
Yeah. So it's like
He does also have it's like more with the Shadow Collective with Rook cast.
Yeah.
It does look like he does get Sun Fuk gets a training, a comm, and an equipment. So it'll be interesting to see what combinations people can make with his range 1 to 3 with one of each dice.
He's a pretty cheap operative as well, only 90 points. I think that's the
Yeah,
cheapest
I mean
one
that.
so
Yeah,
far
that's
for Separatists.
with surge to hit and defend as well. I think with 2 courage as well.
Yeah.
I think he'll be a very solid choice for the Separatists.
Yeah.
Anyway, to the next slide.
Poggle
the Lesser.
Poggle the Lesser. I believe he's the one who started in Episode 2. He's got Jump 2,
I believe you're right.
Compel Separatist Alliance Trooper, so I guess he can just order around any Separatist Trooper. Not quite sure how that one would work. Entourage B2 Super Battle Droid. Again, not sure how that one works. I believe that's a new one to the whole game. Override 2.
No, it actually isn't. I believe Moff Gideon has a similar thing with the Darkers, where they will all get benefits by being near each other, which seems a bit odd for this character, considering that he's only got 4 wounds. But from how I can see him being played, he'll have to be with the Compel Separatist Alliance Trooper and the Entourage B2s. I think he'll have to be up very close and into the fray, as it were, which will be interesting.
Yeah. He has Override 2, which is similar to Kraken and Kalani, where you can take 1 suppression token to override the AI keyword on any trooper at range 2, which that can be really handy in certain situations, because if like AI aim or AI attack is about to mess you up, you can just use him, take 1 suppression on Poggle, and then remove that AI keyword for that turn, which is really good. He has the weighed down keyword as well. Which, yeah, if he's on objective, if he has an objective token, he can't use jump.
By the way, I will say this now: if we are incorrect about anything, and anybody who is watching this wants to correct us, feel free to. We are still learning this game as it was, and yeah.
Next slide.
Yeah. Okay, now the Geonosians.
Yeah, so these are the trooper unit. These guys are really good with their jump free and scale. They'll be like really powerful against other opponents without that mobility. They have Death from Above. If they're just above the defender, they ignore cover, and they have weighed down as well. And
I
see,
believe they also have a couple heavy weapon options, with one being a melee double-sided card, which isn't here, and the other one being a sonic cannon.
yeah,
I believe both of those weapons have the suppressive keyword.
I can see how these guys would be
And
a good substitute to the B1s.
yeah, I don't know if we have them on the slides, but the cards for Pablo the Lesser and Sunfolk have been teased, and those cards have heavy synergy with the Geonosians as well as the Separatist droids. I believe one of them allowing for an extra for to basically resurrect a dead unit.
Oh, well.
Yeah, so they're going to be very interesting on me to face up against, and will probably have their own battle force with their own specific rules,
Yeah.
I'd assume.
I think when these guys come out, I'll switch them out for my B1s because they cost,
Yeah,
I believe it's only like 5 more points. They're sitting at 45 points. They save on whites, but they attack on 1 black, 1 white, which is better. Speed 2, which is the same, but
but
they gain jump 3, which is really good.
but they're also at range 1 to 2, so you do sacrifice that range a little bit.
That's true. But you don't have to worry about the AI keywords, which is good.
Yeah,
Instead
I
of
think
sacrificing.
one of his cards, Pablo Lesser, acts like it's called something like Hive Mind. We serve the Queen, something like that. And it kind of gives them AI, but removes it from the droids, from my understanding of that card.
Ooh, that's good.
That's only from what I've been able to see from and rumors I've heard.
Yeah, I haven't been able to find much on them.
I mean, it was today you learnt about them.
No, I knew about the Geonosians. I saw them on Legion HQ, but I didn't know like about other stuff.
Right. Yeah. Oh, we should probably continue on.
Yeah.
But commandos. I'm looking forward to these, if you can tell. So it's been confirmed that they can play as Delta from the fan favorite game Republic Commandos. And for obvious reasons, there's no information about these guys just yet. But for obvious reasons, I'm going to assume they're a special forces slot. Well, they're commandos. I think that'd be pretty obvious. As for how I think they're going to play, I think they're going to be an incredibly expensive unit, or not super expensive, but more expensive than the arcs, but probably have a variation of keywords and swappable weapons. And I'm interested to see how Delta plays, and see if they match with how they act in the game.
So they're kind of like Inferno Squad for the Republic.
Yeah, I think that will be how it would play.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting because I think it'll be on the same way Bad Batch is going to play, but because no one knows how they are going to act. As whether it's you have a base of 2 of them and then you add the rest, or if it's like how it's going to work, or if you can mix and match to different situations. I could also see these guys being used for Empire.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. And it'll be interesting to see if there's any, because only Delta's been confirmed, but it'll be interesting to see if other actors like Commander Gregor or any other unique named commandos will be available to play, whether operatives or anything else. Oh, I guess we should continue on. I'll leave the floor here.
The Crab Droids, I haven't seen their card yet, but I really like their
They
sculpt.
don't have.
I'd explain why them. I really like their sculpt, and I assume they'd run similar to the Dwarf Spider Droids in like their keywords and stuff.
Yeah, but maybe they might be a bit more melee focused.
Yeah.
Because that's what they are in the movies and everything.
I meant more in terms of like the defense protocols and how you need a protocol and you need that type of stuff, and probably a self-destruct feature as well, which would be good fun.
From what I've heard, it's going to have probably have 3 different weapon options as the Spider Droid does, which would make sense. And in terms of posability, I reckon the legs might be swappable.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The Spider Droid has 2 options. You can do all flat, or you can do like the front right one, as you see in the picture on the screen, where you can have that lifted. So it's probably the same.
Yeah. Okay, to the next one, the range troopers.
These are for...
You're our resident
What were we saying?
Oh, you're our resident Empire fan, so feel free to go ahead.
Oh yeah, so these are from Solo, and I really like their sculpts. Their capes look sick. It's kind of look like shore troopers mixed with snow troopers in a way. And I haven't seen their cards, so I can't comment on that. But yeah, they just look sick.
Again, I believe they're a unit that hasn't actually got a card yet, so these are all coming out in the future. I'd assume that these guys would be a corp unit for pretty obvious reasons. And it looks like they might have two different slots or might have two different options for heavy. Yeah. And they'll probably have a scale, inbuilt kind of scale keyword, or maybe have inbuilt endurance, or maybe the harsh weather gear. Like they might be a kind of unit that can counteract that and maybe be slightly better than the basic infantry, maybe along the lines of the shore troops.
Yeah. Looking at the weapons they're holding, they don't look like the standard. I think it's like E5s. They look slightly different, so that might be interesting.
Yeah. Maybe there might be a bit more, well, as the name says, range. Maybe they're like range 1 to 4 instead of 1 to 3.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how they play. Now, we have the Rebel Saboteurs. These are a Andor-themed unit from what I've heard. And it'll be they'll probably be laying mines, that kind of thing. But it'll be interesting to see how they play, considering that the Rebels already have a Saboteur unit in the Commando Saboteur. So I don't know how these guys are going to play.
I imagine that'd be like the Dioxis Mine Saboteur for the BX Commandos.
But the Rebels already have that built in with their Commando unit.
Yeah. Might just be like kind of different scopes, like different stats, I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know whether these guys will be a corp or a special forces, because this unit's, from what I've heard and from what the sculpts look like, I believe that they're just like regular civilians that have stood up against the Empire.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what they're meant to be. So I don't know how they're going to act, how they're going to play. Considering most of them look like they're holding pistols, Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they go. I believe we've got a couple more slides. The resculpts. So the dreaded soft plastics that are found in the starter boxes. So the phase ones in the clone core, or the rebels and the stormtroopers in the rebel core. They are of not as good quality plastic, and it's great to see the change. Plus, the sculpts look actually quite good. With the new Vader, Luke, and Leia sculpt also coming.
I'm a massive fan of that Vader one with the flowing cape, as opposed to just like standing still.
And I've heard that the Rebel kit, similar maybe with the Saboteurs, is that they're going to have a bunch of head options. So as you can see in the Rebel unit up here, they have a couple of Twi'leks. I don't know what the blue head guys are, and then the Calamari guys. They got those ones, but from my understanding, they're gonna have a bunch of human options, bunch of different alien options, which will be great to make the Rebel faction seem a bit more united between different races and that.
Yeah, adds the variance.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, well, I think we have one more. Yes. I forgot to add the Defenders of Kashyyyk battle force, but here is the droid battle force.
Yeah.
I believe there is another unit of the experimental T-series, but don't quote me on that one.
Just looking at these, the Magna Guards cost 15 points less, and the the Persuader droid tank is costing, I think, 20 points less, so that's pretty good. And I believe that the Persuader tank has 2 more health as well.
Oh yeah, I believe they have slightly different attacks too. But with this photo, I'm not 100% sure, and I haven't been able to find the cards elsewhere. I believe that is everything. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So that's what's coming ahead for Legion, and we thought we may as well put our thoughts on it and give just a slightly different variation of content from what we're normally doing.
Upcoming plans?
Well, we're working on a battle report as of currently, and that should be out maybe next week, middle of next week.
Yep.
And we're working on a bunch of other reviews, painting tutorials,
Yeah.
painting guides, all kind of stuff.
Personally, I've got a backlog of like 15 to 20, which I'm just working through. And I've got more stuff now
And,
added to that.
And I've got a couple things I'm working on. And we've got some more things that we will be getting in the future and we will be completing in the future.
Yeah.
If anybody does see this, if you guys want to suggest any content, feel free. And we'll work on getting that done for you. If you guys want to start seeing some Rebel content, I can start doing that, but I'm working through Republic currently. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you do the outro. I did the intro.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you've made it this far, big credit to you for dealing with us. And we hope to see you again.
Yeah. We'll see you all. And I guess may the force be with you.